Some basements hold more than just dust and shadows. Sometimes, they hold secrets that refuse to stay buried. Jenna had always hated basements. They were dark, damp, and full of strange noises that her imagination loved to twist into something sinister. So, when she and her partner, Naomi, bought their first house together, Jenna was less than thrilled about the sprawling, unfinished basement beneath it. "It's perfect for storage," Naomi had said, standing at the top of the stairs during their first walkthrough. "It's perfect for nightmares," Jenna had muttered under her breath, but Naomi had laughed and brushed it off. For the first few months, Jenna avoided the basement entirely. Naomi handled everything down there, cleaning, organizing, even setting up a small workshop in one corner. But one evening, while Naomi was working late, Jenna found herself staring at the basement door with a sinking feeling. She needed to grab a box of winter clothes stored down there. The weather had turned unexpectedly cold, and the heavy coats were buried somewhere in the basement's maze of shelves and plastic bins. "It's just a basement," she told herself. "Nothing to be scared of." Still, her hand trembled as she turned the knob and flipped the light switch. The bulb at the bottom of the stairs flickered weakly, casting long, shifting shadows. Taking a deep breath, Jenna descended, her footsteps echoing on the wooden stairs. The air was colder down there, and the faint smell of damp earth clung to everything. Jenna scanned the shelves, trying to remember where Naomi had stored the winter clothes. She found herself stepping deeper into the basement, her unease growing with every creak of the floorboards above her. As she reached the back corner, something caught her eye. A small, square window near the ceiling, half covered with dirt from outside, reflected the dim light in an odd way. She thought she saw movement, a shadow passing in front of it, but when she looked closer, it was still. "Just my imagination," she muttered. She finally spotted the box she needed on the highest shelf. Grumbling, she dragged over a wobbly step stool and climbed up. As she reached for the box, a soft noise froze her in place. It was faint but unmistakable, the sound of breathing. Her heart thundered in her chest. "Naomi," she called out, her voice shaky. No answer. The breathing grew louder, closer, as if it were right behind her. Jenna whipped around, nearly toppling off the stool. The basement was empty. The only sound now was her own ragged breathing. Grabbing the box, she stumbled off the stool and hurried back toward the stairs. But as she reached the bottom step, the basement door slammed shut with a deafening bang. Jenna's scream caught in her throat. She raced up the stairs, pounding on the door. "Naomi? Naomi, are you there?" There was no response. She tried the knob, but it wouldn't budge. The air in the basement grew heavier, colder, and Jenna felt a presence behind her. She turned slowly, dread pooling in her stomach. At first, she saw nothing. But then, in the corner near the window, a figure began to take shape. It was tall and gaunt, its body draped in tattered shadows that seemed to writhe and shift. Its face was obscured, but its eyes, dark and bottomless, fixed on her with an intensity that made her legs weaken. "You shouldn't be here," the figure whispered, its voice a rasp that seemed to come from everywhere at once. Jenna backed against the door, fumbling for her phone. Her fingers shook so badly, she could barely unlock it. Just as she managed to pull up the flashlight app, the figure lunged. The light from her phone hit the creature, and it recoiled with a piercing shriek. Jenna took the opportunity to slam her shoulder against the door, again and again, until it finally gave way. She stumbled into the kitchen, slamming the door shut behind her and locking it. The house was silent, too silent. Jenna backed away from the door, clutching her phone like a lifeline. She could still hear the creature's shriek echoing in her ears. When Naomi came home later that night, she found Jenna curled up on the couch, every light in the house turned on. Jenna tried to explain what had happened, but Naomi looked skeptical. "There's nothing in the basement," Naomi said gently. "I'll check it out in the morning." Naomi's inspection turned up nothing unusual, but Jenna refused to go back down there. She insisted they sell the house, even if it meant taking a loss. Naomi reluctantly agreed, though she still believed it was just Jenna's imagination. The new owners moved in a month later. On their first night, they heard a faint knocking sound coming from the basement. When they went to investigate, they found the basement door locked tight from the inside. What would you have done in Jenna's shoes? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales that will keep you awake at night. Until next time, stay safe and stay out of the basement.